French President Emmanuel Macron declared on Thursday, September 4, that the United States will finalize its support for Ukraine's security guarantees in the coming days, following a crucial phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump in a major international summit in Paris. The announcement comes at a pivotal moment in the war, as Ukraine and its allies push to secure long-term protection against future Russian aggression. Macron stressed that the United States has been engaged in every step of the process, from early discussions in Washington to the recent rounds of talks with coalition members, and he described U.S. involvement as essential to the credibility of the guarantees. According to Macron, there is now no doubt about Washington's commitment to be part of this framework, with detailed planning expected to be completed in coordination with the White House. The summit, held at the Elysee Palace, brought together around 30 leaders and representatives from Europe, Australia, Japan, Canada, and the United States, either attending in person or via video link. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy was present as the central figure of the discussions, urging allies to stay united and to translate political promises into actionable guarantees. Representing Washington in person was U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, a sign of the Biden administration's seriousness in backing its European partners. Macron underlined that 26 countries have already formally committed to deploying reassurance forces in Ukraine after a ceasefire or peace deal is reached. These forces, he explained, could be stationed on the ground, at sea, or in the air, with the mission of ensuring that Russia cannot easily reignite conflict once hostilities stop. Several additional nations are still clarifying their positions, but the French president emphasized that the scale of the commitments already made represents an unprecedented show of international unity. Beyond troop commitments, Macron revealed that the coalition agreed to strengthen coordination on sanctions. Both primary and secondary measures are to be aligned across participating nations, with the explicit aim of crippling Russia's war effort more effectively. He noted that this joint strategy was also discussed in detail with President Trump during their recent call. The French leader said the next steps include new contacts between American and Russian officials, designed to keep pressure on Moscow and to move forward on discussions previously agreed upon. Still, Macron cautioned that if Russia continues to reject meaningful peace negotiations, the coalition will have no choice but to impose additional sanctions, working closely with Washington to ensure maximum impact. For Macron and other leaders, the Paris summit was more than a routine diplomatic gathering. It was a demonstration of what he called a coalition of the willing, signaling unity across continents in defense of Ukraine's sovereignty. The presence of leaders and envoys from such a broad group of countries underscored the global stakes of the conflict and the recognition that European security is inseparably tied to transatlantic cooperation. Zelensky, for his part, praised the commitments and pushed for faster implementation, stressing that Ukraine's survival and stability depend not only on immediate military aid but also on binding guarantees for the future. In his closing remarks, Macron sought to leave no ambiguity. The coalition is determined to provide Ukraine with solid, enforceable security guarantees, and the role of the United States is central. With 26 countries already committed and Washington's support set to be finalized soon, the framework represents the most significant step yet toward building a durable security arrangement for Kyiv in the post-war era. As Macron made clear, this effort is about more than promises. It is about ensuring that any peace achieved is lasting, credible, and backed by the collective strength of some of the world's most powerful nations.